Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. This is me Jyoti Ketan and you're watching Arcandy. In this channel we discuss about architecture. So today we are going to discuss about introduction and principles of Vastu Shastra. This is the episode 6 of my series Vastu Guide for House. If you haven't watched my previous series then please watch them. I will put the link in the description box below. So without further delay, let's get started with today's topic. So before starting our today's topic, let's do a small recap of our previous episode. In episode 1, we discussed about the basics of Vastu, about the different elements and about the different directions. In episode 2, we discussed about the colors in Vastu, which room of the area needs which type of colors according to the Vastu. In episode 3, we discussed about the placement of different rooms, that is according to the different directions, which rooms are appropriate in different directions. In episode 4, we discuss about the Vastu for garden, that is different directions are meant for different elements of a garden. In episode 5, we discuss about history and origin of Vastu Shastra, from where and when the Vastu Shastra started. So now today we will start with introduction and principles in today's episode. Let's get started. Let's start with our introduction. What is Vastu? The place where a person lives and performs work called Vastu. According to Indian ancient classical text, Vastu means appropriate land for house. All type of houses, building sites, forts, bungalow industries, wherever a person lives or works called Vastu. Vastu in Sanskrit means nature, a surrounding or environment. The word Vastu comes from Vastu, denoting anything existing such as house, shelter, building, etc. Shastra in Sanskrit means system. Vastu Shastra is an ancient art and science containing principles and practices of constructing buildings, which ensures a harmonious balance between man and nature and thereby bring all-round happiness, wealth and prosperity. Vastu Shastra, which means the science of the built area, is an ancient Indian architectural science. This science, perfectly in tune with the natural laws, lays down rules to create ideal conditions for living by connecting individual life with cosmic life. Vastu represents a most developed world view in which human, plants and animals live in kinship. Vastu, an ancient architectural tradition of India based on Vedas, has developed its building technology on the fundamental premise that the earth or soil is a living organism out of which other living creatures and organic form emerge. Vastu by tradition is the life force contained within the earth. Vastu also means living space or dwelling space, which is on Vastu. Vastu is the individual site or land identified for a village or neighborhood. Vastu is also the building enclosure. Man does not inhabit this earth alone. He inhabits aksham or space. He is linked with his Shakti or energy to the other energy form. He is a part of a movement, a cycle of life and death, which is known as Kala, time. Space, time and energy are traditionally prime as existing in their free, unlimited state. Vastu experts have not only devised an order pertaining to the creation of manifested space, but also have ascertained a link between time cycle and the life of a person. Vastu is not about magical cures, but about the physical, psychological and spiritual order of the built environment and its consonance with energies of the cosmic universe. There are 5 elements of Vastu Shastra. They are Panchabhutas, which I have already discussed in my first episode. Let's do a small recap. The 5 elements Panchabhutas means the sky, that is Akas, air, Vayu, fire, Agni, water, Jal, earth, Bhumi. So now let's move to the 5 fundamental principles of the Vastu Shastra. It is also known as the 5 fundamental principles on which the Vedic science of architecture stands upon. The first one is the doctrine of orientation. The 2 is site planning, Vastu Purush Mandala. The 3 is the proportionate measurements, that is Mana. The 6 rules of Vedic architecture is the 4th point, and the 5th point is the aesthetics of the building. So let's move with the first point in detail, the doctrine of orientation. In Vastu, east and north direction are given great importance. The sun rays, being a rich source of vitamin D, are vital for the substance of life on earth, and the rays early in the morning from the east emitting more light and less heat are the best. Doors and windows in the east would allow the sun's ultraviolet rays to penetrate into the house, bestowing their benefits to the inmates of the house. In the afternoon, on the other hand, the sun would be coursing into the west, emitting infrared rays, which are detrimental to health, and hence less number of windows and thick walls in the rooms in west and southwest. Like the sun, the Earth's magnetic field also wields significant influence on the well-being of inmates of the house. For example, Vastu recommends the inmates of the house to sleep with their head towards the south. The human body acts as a magnet with the head as a north pole. If the head is directed towards the north, it will repel the Earth's north pole. As a consequence, the blood circulation would be affected, causing tensions and disturbed sleep. Let's move with our second point, that is site planning, Vastu Purush Mandala. Vastu means environment, Purush means energy, Mandala means the astrological chart which relates to the layout to the orientation. The surface of Earth in traditional Indian cosmology is regarded as demarcated by sunrise and sunset, and also by north and south points, and is represented by diagram or a mandala of a square. The science of architecture is a part of a science of luminaries. The Vastu had come to the place of adjustment of solar and lunar cycles. The number 32 of the divinities residing in the squares of the borders of Vastu Mandala is also the sum of 28 and 4. The number of regents of the 4 planets who rule the equinoctial and solstitial points refer to the cardinal points, and of regents of 28 nakshatras, that is constellations. Each of the division in the mandala is called Pada and has a presiding deity associated with it. Pada Binayasaya is a very convenient method, like a modern graph divided into a uniform square for the purpose of designing according to proportionate measurements. Point 3. The proportionate measurements, that is mana. The adherence of a mana is as old as Indian architecture and is imperative to all creative activity, of which angula 3/4 of an inch or hasta 18 inches is the standard of measurements. The measurement is divided into 6 categories: measurement of height, breadth, width or circumference along plumb lines, thickness and interspace. Proportional relationships of these categories are laid out for various functional uses. The 6th rules of Vedic architecture. Point 4. There are 6 main components of the building, that is Adhisthana means base, Stamba column, Prashtra entablature, Karna wings, Shikhara roof and Stupi dome. 5. Aesthetics of the building. Chanda is the structural aspect of building. It is rhythmical disposition is like that of poetry. The science of rhythm, Chanda is equal to beauty, extends to the rhythmical disposition of the ground, plan of the building and their vertical section. Each brick and each building unit is filled with rhythm. It is a charged and compelling weight and shape in the hands of the builder. Rhythm evokes a reality and measure builds it up. Whatever is thus produced is called is Maya, which is measurable, capable of being known, and a quantity. Whatever construction can be done on the land, be it residential house or industrial organization or a public institutional temple, in each case it is auspicious and beneficial to keep the following things in mind. Guys, this much for today's video. I'll see you in the next video. Until next time, stay tuned to my channel and don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe to my channel, and please press the bell icon so that you'll be notified whenever I upload a video. Please guys, keep on motivating and keep on supporting. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.